Hello everyone, welcome to my TED Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing how testimonial smothering causes carceral injustice amongst blacks in America. Testimonial smothering is the act of denying somebody the right to a just trial by creating false information or manipulating factual information in order to convict somebody of a crime they didn't actually commit. We see this in the story A Lesson Before Dying, written by Ernest Gaines in 1993, when Jefferson, a young black male, goes into a convenience store with two other men, and a fight breaks loose between the two men and the store clerk. Before Jefferson can really do anything or react, next thing he knows, gunfire goes off, and all three of the men are dead. When the cops arrive, they see Jefferson, a young black male, in the store with three dead bodies, and automatically assume that he's guilty of the crime. After convicting him of the crime, later in the story, during his court case, his lawyer does very little at all to defend his innocence. His innocence, which the judge and the jury pretty much threw out the window as soon as they saw the color of the man's skin. We also know of several real-life cases of court cases which are results of testimonial smothering. For example, a black woman, Ruby McCollum, was sentenced to death in 1952 after being convicted of murdering her doctor. She does admit to killing her doctor, but she states that it was out of self-defense and that her doctor was trying to rape her. So in the spur of the moment, to protect herself, she shot him and killed him. The court creates false information to make her seem guilty, such as saying that her and the doctor were in an intimate relationship prior to the incident, and that she killed him because she was unable to pay for her medical expenses. It's not till years later that a freelance interviewer or a freelance reporter comes along and sees McCollum's case and decides that she wants to dig a little deeper into it because it just didn't seem right. The reporter then finds that the information used to convict McCollum was all false, completely made up information that sentenced this woman to death. The judge also told her that after her trial, she was unable to talk to any interviewers or discuss what happened in the courtroom with anybody. Pretty much told her that what happened in the courtroom should stay in the courtroom. And as we all know, that's completely unconstitutional. This is a perfect example of testimonial smothering. I mean, they made this information up, made up the information of her being in an intimate relationship, made up the information of her not being able to pay for her medical expenses, and completely ignored her when she stated that she was being raped by her doctor, which was also later proved by the reporter when they used a paternity test and proved that the doctor was the father of one of McCollum's children. So, as I've stated and talked about today, testimonial smothering is constantly used to wrongfully convict blacks in America, stripping them of their constitutional rights and oppressing them for generations to come. America's legal system has adopted the phrase innocent until proven guilty. But as I've talked about and discussed with you today, that's not always the case, specifically with blacks in America. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and I hope that this has increased your knowledge regarding testimonial smothering.